Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana Hobby Guy. Today I'm doing something completely different. I'm doing a file for a patron. So my champion patrons get free custom made files, and I had one of them that contacted me and said they wanted to make on the laser a clock for their wife to hang in the kitchen. And I got to thinking about it. He asked me any ideas, and I got to thinking about it, and I said, you know what, this would be a good Greatcarve project. So I said, how about I do the entire project for you, and you do the backing. So he's going to be doing the backing, which is going to be just 6 millimeter wood, and then adhere the Greatcarve to it. So I've done Greatcarve videos before. If you haven't seen them, I think I only did one actually. Greatcarve is a company that makes scratch products, and it's sort of a strange name, calling it scratch acrylic. It's really two-layer acrylic. It doesn't really scratch very easily. But they have this product. This is the champagne. This is what we've chosen, and you can see it's got a mirror finish. So it's a champagne mirror finish, and on the back is black. So this champagne part, and it's sort of like a brushed aluminum look that you probably can't see on the camera. So, but it's a mirror surface. These come in lots of different styles, multicolors, and they even have ones for photographs, for doing photographs on the acrylic. And they have them for diode, they have them for fiber lasers, for CO2 lasers. Just a great website. I'll put a link down below in the description where you can go and you can support the channel by clicking on that link. Doesn't cost you any more. But let's switch over to Lightburn and show you what I'm going to do today. So he agreed to let me do the entire top layer. And we went back and forth for about a week or so, and came up with this design. This is an old design. I did the heart and the lines around the outside by hand on my tablet. If I zoom way in there, you can see they're hand-drawn lines. And I just added a little bit to this. So I I put the fork through it with Mom's Kitchen, and then he said that was great, but how about a banner across the middle saying made with love, and I went ahead and did that. And that font style there, if I ungroup it, because I know people are going to ask me about that, the font is Beyond the Mountains. So if you've seen the mountain font, which is a very popular font, this is a takeoff of that called Beyond the Mountains. And I'm not really sure where I got it from, but I think I got it at defont.com, if I'm not mistaken. I know a lot of people are going to ask about that. So Beyond the Mountains is the name of that font. So what I've decided to do here is I've gone ahead and welded this cut layer to the outer part here. And so that'll cut out around the fork. He asked me not to put the drill hole in the middle. He wants to position it himself. I'm guessing he's going to put it right about here, right under the open 24 hours, which would be pretty close to dead center. But he's going to actually drill that out himself when the time comes. So I'm just going to do the top part today with the Greatcarve, and this will give you an idea of how well this Greatcarve works on a laser. So today I'm going to be doing this on the Lasermatic that's behind me, the diode laser. And these are diode samples that I got here. I've got a whole box of these different samples in different colors. And if I'm not mistaken, they even have like the ADA approved acrylic as well. Here's a second one. So this is black, and the words engrave yellow. So there's all types. I have all types in here. I think I have about 15 or 16 colors. So let's get this on the laser and get started, and let me show you how great this actually works. Now this is kind of an odd size, coming in at 9.5 by 11.5. But if you take a look here, you'll see that this frame that I have on here is 9.5 by 11.5. That's the entire side of the sheet, and I've got it docked up in the top left corner. So the only thing that I might be worried about is the engraving coming too far to the end. So always do a preview in this. Let me see. No layers are set to output, which means that I probably moved it. Let me just make sure I select everything. Put it in the top left corner. All right. For some reason, this laser keeps turning on. This new version of Lightburn keeps turning on cut selected graphics. So, but anyway, here's the preview, and I've got the show traversal moves down here turned on, and this way I can see the boundary of the laser, which is this green line right here. So with my over scanning, I'm going to be just under where I need to be, and I'm good to go. So that preview looks good. In case you're worried about or wondering about the settings, I went at 21,250 and 65 power. That's for the black layer for the engraving, and 960 and 60 for the cut. And I'm not quite sure why I used those numbers, but I did a test pattern on this once before. And actually, let me connect the laser. There we go. If you come up here to Laser Tools Material Test, did a material test on it, and those were the best settings that I got on the silver. So I'm not quite sure about this champagne color, but we'll give it a try and see how it works. So let me just check my cuts and layers. I want air on both of them, and I think that looks good. So we're ready to get started with this job. Let's hit start and see what we get with the champagne. I might have to do a second pass on this because this is reflective, and the silver that I did the material test on was not. Let's just jump into it and see what happens. And you know what? I've got to turn this off. I don't know why it keeps coming on. I just turned it off a moment ago. Cut selected graphics. And just very quickly, I just want to show you one other thing. I am engraving this from bottom to top, and the reason that I'm doing that is because my smoke, my exhaust, is in the back. So I want the smoke to be pulled toward the back. And the way that you get there is on the laser tab, your optimization settings. Right here I chose from the bottom. Just wanted to point that out. Now I'll speed up the video for you.
Hey there, folks, step right up, come see the show. It's the Louisiana hobby guy ready to go. Fast forward, ain't no delay. From the heart of the bayou straight to your place. In the shop with the laser on high, you can see the sparkle in his eye. Cutting wood so fast, it's almost a blur. Whirling projects with a lively stir. Fast forward, y'all, Cajun beat, clapping our hands, tapping our feet. From gumbo pots to jambalaya, it's a feast. Louisiana hobby guy from west to east. Gardens growing fast.
Okay, and so that's the end of that, and that took just right at 22 minutes. So let me just give it a second for the acrylic fumes to clear out, and then I'll open it up. And it looks like it came out pretty good. So the only thing I got to do first is clean it off, which just takes a little bit of water and a rag. And this is some pretty nasty stuff, so you really need to make sure that you've got good smoke extraction in your shop in order to use it. It's like any other acrylic. So if you don't have good smoke extraction, it's going to stink up the place. But just give this a second so I can get all of this off. It does take a few seconds of cleanup on this, so a couple of minutes, and you can see just how black that cloth is getting there. But like I said, this is acrylic. I'm not sure if I'm an affiliate with them or not. I don't think I am. So I'll just put the website address down below, and it doesn't matter whether I'm an affiliate or not. You're going to like this product. It's a little more expensive than the Romark, but it seems to engrave a lot faster. It engraves and cuts a lot faster. So for example, if you're on, let's say, a diode laser and you're still in, 2020 with a 5 watt, you can get the job done with this stuff. As you saw, that cut that I did was almost 1,000 millimeters a minute, and I did have the power throttled on it quite a bit. This one, I think I'm gonna need to do more material tests. I don't know how much I use this one again, but I do think I have 2 more of these in my package, so I probably want to get a material test down. Now this would have been better if I sprayed the whole thing down instead of just using the cloth. I'm still going to have some fingerprints on here, but I am pretty close to done. Just get these couple little spots right here. Now any type of little spots that you see on here are just, I'm going to clean it up better after the video. But here is the final product. And it's going to be hard to see with the camera, but it's a really nice black. There you go. Maybe that's something you can see better. It doesn't look like it's a dark black, but it is a very dark black, and it's because of that mirror finish. But there you can see is the entire, that's probably a good angle right there where you can see it's nice and black. I think it came out really, really nice, and for what it is, I mean, it's beautiful. And as you walk across the kitchen, you're going to see this change in color and reflection, which I kind of like. I think that looks nice. So if you're interested in this file, I'm going to give you the file for free right down below the video. It'll be a direct link. You don't have to go someplace else and subscribe to anything or anything like that, or pay $1 or $2. You get the file for free. Click on the link and it'll immediately start the download for the zip package, and I'm going to leave the text on there, so you're going to get it exactly as is, what you see right here. And this text, you will get an error message saying that the font wasn't found, or if you get an error message saying that it was created on a newer version than you can just disregard any error messages that you get and say okay. But yeah, you get this whole file ready to cut out, ready to engrave and cut. It took right at 22 minutes, And one thing I did do on the layers is, if you look here, I did fill all shapes at once. So if you did it any other way, so if we take a preview real quick, it says 24:29. It was really 22 minutes, 22 and a half minutes, but that's what it says here, 24:29. And if I change that to fill shapes individually and take another preview, it's 1 hour and 14 minutes. So on the layers, you want to make sure that your black layer is fill shapes at once or fill groups together. Both of those should turn out the same. Let's take a look. Fill groups together and 24:29. So yeah, works out to be just the same. Make sure your red layer is below your black layer so it engraves first and then cut second. And that is about it. So today we made a clock for a patron of mine, and or at least a clock face, and he's going to adhere this to a piece, I think it's 6mm oak that he's going to adhere it to. And all he's going to do is cut out the oak from this template that I'm providing him. So I am giving him the whole file, but off to the side is just the red layer, so he can run that red layer just on that piece of wood and it'll match up perfectly with the clock face. And then he wants to drill the hole out manually, so it's all ready for that. If you want to make this a clock face, you can just add a center hole in there the size of your mechanism and you'll be good to go. So I hope you all enjoyed this video today. I hope you've taken a chance to go over to my son's website, laserengravedhats.com, and see if there's a hat there that might interest you. I know he's adding next week full color DTF instead of just the different styles of leather. So take a look over there, laserengravedhats.com. If you need files, go over to my website, engraveandcutfiles.com. All these links will be down below the video, and you can pick whichever one you want to go to help support the channel. So I hope you enjoyed today's video on the Greatcarve as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And as always, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Shining bright, laser light in the bayou tonight. Rich the Louisiana hobby guy, he's ready for his flight. With his engraver in hand, he's got ideas in his sight. Carving dreams and making art, he's gonna do it right.